Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at a John Doe, Flagstaff, Arizona, body found May 22nd, 2001. It says adolescent, ages 15 to 18 years old, height, weight, cannot estimate. May 22nd, 2001. The skeletal remains of an unidentified male were found in the attic of a local mortuary in Flagstaff, Arizona. It is believed that these remains were originally found in the late 1950s in the area of Williams, Arizona. The remains are believed to be those of a white male between 15 and 18 years of age. He had brown hair, approximately 4 inches in length. It is possible he was found wearing a tan or yellow plaid short sleeve button-down shirt, blue or gray plaid pants, and blue tennis shoes. One or both hands not recovered near a complete skeleton. So it sounds like there's possibilities, maybe. So it is possible. And this is what the Doe Network says. Estimated date of death 1950, Flagstaff, Arizona. Near complete skeleton, brown hair, 4 inches in length, ages 15 to 18, male. Possibly wearing. Found in an attic of a local mortuary in Flagstaff, Arizona. So, I don't know. So I just went to look for John Does, and I started as early as 1915. 1915 in Reno, Nevada, there was a 16-year-old male missing. 16 years old missing from Reno, Nevada. And they had a photo of him. 5'6" to 6 foot tall. That's a lot of difference in age. Noel Elijah Davis. He left Reno, Nevada in 1915 to visit his older sister and her husband, who lived in the San Francisco Bay Area. However, he never arrived and he was never heard from again. Black hair. Okay, so on to the next one. Thomas William Richey, 1950, July 11, 1950. Prospect, Oregon, 16 years old, 5'9" to 5'10", brown hair. Thomas left home to go fishing on the Rogue River on July 11th, 4 miles outside of Prospect on Mill Creek Lane and 6 miles upriver at Lost Creek Dam. He liked to fish in the area where there was a cable car above the river that could be stopped in the middle and fished from above. When he didn't return home on the evening of July 11th, the search was begun the following morning. His fishing pole, as well as several fish he caught, were found inside the cable car. The cable car was braked in the middle of the river. A bloodhound tracked Thomas sent to the river's edge, where 2 footprints were found near the cable car crossing, where his fishing tackle was located. Despite extensive searches in the woods and river, Thomas was never found. 20 years previously, Thomas' mother's first husband and 6-year-old son drowned in the same area of the river. Okay, the next one we have is 1958. And Utah, Park Valley, Box Elder County, Utah. 12 years old, though. 90 pounds, brown hair. It says he had a crew cut. Thomas was last seen about 10 p.m. on July 25th, 1958 on the Lawrence Carter Ranch in Park Valley, Utah, getting ready for bed. The next morning he was gone. He had run away before, so his parents didn't notify police till a week later. It is believed he left on foot, as no cars or horses were reported missing. He did not take any extra clothing or food with him. At first it was thought he may be headed for Findlay, Nevada, or Idaho. A boy resembling Tommy had been seen trying to board a freight train in Brigham City that was headed for Wells, Nevada around the time of his disappearance. On August 4th, a young boy in a tan shirt, blue socks, western-style straw hat, carrying a rusty old Type 22 and a bundle of cattail stalks about 18 inches long, and had been cut smoothly on each side, was seen at the Ogden stockyard and later the rail yards. The boy told a railroad checker that he was going to Wells, Nevada. The boy was seen getting on a flat gondola car and was reported to have jumped off the train on the outskirts of Wells while the train was traveling at around 30 miles an hour. He reportedly rolled over several times, got up, and walked towards the highway. The last possible sighting of Tommy came from a rancher in Snowville, Utah, who reported that he saw a boy on the evening of August 11th. The Box Elder County Sheriff's Office and many locals on horseback conducted extensive searches of the rugged area around Park Valley, but did not find any trace of the missing boy. Railroad authorities, as far as California, were notified to be on the lookout for Tommy riding the rails. Before moving to Utah about a year prior, the family had lived in Nevada. The authorities from Nevada were familiar with Tommy and noted that the boy had an interest in trucks. He was known to hitch rides or stow away in large trucks. So, that could be him. Flagstaff, Arizona. And the next one we have is Michael Lawrence Griffin. And he's been missing since March 1st, 1958 from San Pedro, California. And he was 18 years old, 5'3". Companion to another number, 107-5813. Mike Griffin was last seen in the company of Donis Marie Redmond, a.k.a. Pinky. They may have traveled to Las Vegas to elope. They have not been seen or heard of again, and Mike's car turned up shortly after the DLC in Williams, Arizona, where it was abandoned. I don't know if that's worded correctly or not. Red auburn hair. A Dodge Clipper. So, and it talks about his teeth being aligned. That was 1958. So, California to Vegas. And then we have this one. Donald Lee Baker, August 5th, 1956, went missing from California. Brown hair, 5'1". Donald was last seen August 6, 1956, in the San Gabriel Canyon area near Glendora Mountain Road, bicycling with Brenda Jo Howell. An extensive search failed to turn up anything except their bicycles and his jacket. On March 6, 1970, Mack Ray Edwards surrendered himself to LA police and confessed to molesting and murdering 6 children between 1953 and 1970. He was arrested, pled guilty to 3 of the killings, and was sentenced to death. Before committing suicide in his cell on death row in 1971, he claimed to have murdered 18 children. 2 of the 6 confessed killings included Donald Lee Baker, Brenda Jo Howell, but Edwards was not convicted of their murders because their bodies were never found. He was convicted of the murders of Gary Rochette, also seen in the news articles with the last name Rocha, Donald Allen Todd, and Stellan Darlene Nolan. The 6th confessed killing was that of Roger Dale Madison, is suspected in the disappearance of Bruce Kremen, Karen Lynn Tompkins, and Thomas Eldon Bowman. Is also suspected in the murder of Dorothy Gale Brown. So we have Alexander Walter Roberts, went missing in 1960, Phoenix, Arizona, 12 years old. Went missing from the area of 13th Street and Brill in Phoenix, Arizona. Alex has not been seen or heard from again. So the other ones from now on are after 1960. 1961, John Arthur Butler, Newport Beach, California, because I wasn't sure if they were sure about the 1950s, so I went ahead and went on a little bit. So we have 1961, Newport Beach, California, age 15, 6'1". He was surfing. His surfboard was found with questionable markings on it the same day, brown hair. 1961, Newport Beach, California, 15 years old. John was last seen surfing August 21st. Is surf there, so that's the same one. John Arthur Butler. Reed Taylor Jeppson went missing October 11th, 1964. Salt Lake City, Utah, 5'6", strawberry blonde hair. Last seen in the vicinity of St. Mary of the Wasatch on the east beach of Salt Lake City. Sunday, about 1 o'clock, he was walking his 2 German short-hair pointers. Roger Dale Madison, 1968, from California, 5'8", 15 years old. No information. Light tan trousers, dark green sweater, black shoes. Let's see. Roger Dale Madison, what does this one say? Oh, yeah. That's just... Hold on. Donald Lee Baker. Roger Dale Madison. So that's one of the other ones from that one that he was suspected of. Alfred James Grimes went missing from California, 14 years old, in 1968, 5'4", 110 pounds. Last seen fishing with his friend Sammy Jackson, December 14th, 1968, in California. Brown hair. He's got a plaid shirt on. Right? Checkered. Sammy Lloyd Jackson, California. 4'8", 13 years old. They were fishing together and they disappeared. Brown hair. This guy, he was 17, Stephen Paul Lamb. This is as late as 1968, missing from Oregon. Last seen in Seaside during Weston High School Senior Skip Week, May 1968. Mark Wendell Wilson, November 4th, 1967, California, 5'2", blonde hair though, blue eyes. Last seen November 4th, 1967. He left his home to go to the movies, and he was never seen or heard from since. We have this young man in 1965, Ronald Joe Cole, missing from California, 19 years old. He was last seen at his home. He reportedly came up from San Diego to stay with family in Fillmore while he looked for a job, and that was the last time he was seen alive. Foul play is suspected. And this one's 1969. I deleted all the 1970 ones. Tucson, Arizona, 5'6" to 5'8", 18 years old. He and a friend went hiking in the Catalina Mountains to do gold prospecting. 5 days later, his companion wandered out of the mountains, saying the two had gotten lost and he had left Donald behind to seek help. A 6-day search of the area was initiated, but he was never located. Brown hair, green eyes. Carrying an inhaler and possibly had metal detector with him. Why would you split up? Okay, and then I wanted to see what the other names were on this one. Roger Dale Madison. We have Donald Lee Baker. Brenda Jo Howell. Bruce Kremen. Lynn Tompkins. Tommy Eldon Bowman. This one I went through already. This is a girl, so she wouldn't have been the John Doe, but I just wanted to look at her since I had that in the video. So, and missing since 1960 from California, 7 years old. Wow. He was on a hike with a group of 80 other boys from the YMCA Summer Fun Club and somehow got separated from the rest of the boys despite massive searches. No trace of him has been found. He is suspected to have been one of the victims of Mack Ray Edwards, who on March 6, 1970, surrendered himself to the police and confessed in murdering and molesting children between 1953 and 1970. 7 years old. And here's a girl who was 11 years old in California, 1961. She was last seen at 5 p.m. after leaving an arts and crafts class, which was held at Halldale Avenue Elementary School. She left the school with her craft, a covered wagon, and was to return to her home 5 blocks away, but she never arrived. Ugh. And Thomas Eldon Bowman from California, 8 years old, 4 foot tall, 1957. Last seen walking with family members on a trail. He ran ahead to the family vehicle, and when his family members arrived at the vehicle, he was not there. So they believe that he may also have been one of the victims of Mack Ray Edwards. But I don't know. So there was the John Doe, and looking at other people that might be the John Doe, along with some of the people that might be the victims of that one man. So don't forget to pray for his family and his loved ones, as well as the people that went missing and their families never had closure. So couldn't even scatter their ashes. So please don't forget to pray for them, and feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.